The purpose of this video is to list the 7 most frequently asked questions I am asked about the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act, Canada. 1. Is there a book that explains the various topics and sections of the Act? Yes, there is. The book is the Annotated Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act, Canada. It has the complete Act and its rules and regulations. In addition, the annotations provide explanations on the application of each section as well as listing of decided cases to support the explanations. 2. Can I look up the Act and decided cases somewhere online for free? Yes. The Canadian Legal Information Institute, CanLII, operates a website. It contains what it calls the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada CanLII. CanLII can also be used to search bankruptcy legal decisions in both English and French. 3. Where can I find a listing of the many forms that a licensed insolvency trustee uses? The best place to find all of the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada forms is on the website operated by the Government of Canada, Office of the Superintendent of Bankruptcy. All the forms are listed. They are also downloadable as Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada PDF forms. 4. Can I perform a Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada search? People ask me if they can perform a Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada search. What they really mean is, can they perform a search to determine if a specific person or company did a personal or corporate filing under the Canadian bankruptcy system? The answer to this question is yes. The Office of the Superintendent of Bankruptcy operates a database for people to search the bankruptcy and insolvency records in Canada. 5. What are the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada regulations? The Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada regulations, otherwise known as the Bankruptcy Rules, form part of the Act itself. The pure legislation contained in the various sections of the Act is just that, the legislation. However, there are practical considerations which also need clarification. Such clarification is found in the rules contained in the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act, Canada. 6. Are all unsecured creditors treated equally in a personal or corporate bankruptcy? There are 2 types of unsecured creditors, preferred unsecured and ordinary unsecured. All ordinary unsecured creditors are treated equally. Their claims rank equally. If there is a dividend to be paid by the licensed insolvency trustee to the ordinary unsecured creditors, then they will all receive their pro rata share. The preferred unsecured creditors are not treated equally. Their treatment is found in the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada Section 136. This section sets out the scheme of distribution for the priority of claims. Preferred creditors always get paid before ordinary creditors, even though they both are unsecured. 7. In a personal bankruptcy, are there any claims not discharged upon the person receiving their absolute discharge from bankruptcy? Yes. The list of claims not discharged in a person's bankruptcy are listed in the Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act Canada Section 178. There are too many for listing in this video. They are listed in the blog text below this video. I encourage you to read them. I hope you have a better understanding of the 7 most asked questions about the Government of Canada Bankruptcy and Insolvency Act. The Act deals with bankruptcy and solvency issues for bankruptcy law, both personal and corporate. If you have any questions about how the Canadian bankruptcy system works or feel that someone you know could benefit from a free initial consultation with a professional licensed insolvency trustee, feel free to contact the Ira Smith team. We are experienced in solving both personal and corporate financial challenges.
I hope you enjoyed the video. The Ira Smith team is available to help you at any time. We offer sound advice and a solid plan for starting now, so that you'll be well on your way to a debt-free life in no time. For more information on a no-cost basis, please visit our website or call us. Our website and telephone details are coming right up now.
Oh.